right, hello everybody. What was that? I have no idea. I am just like I've been off kilter all day. I had an issue with some meds. Long story, whatever. You don't need to know. Um, anyway, I thought that I want to show you the stuff I got at Gen Con this year. So we are going to, we're on the struggle bus here, but the bus is going to keep going. If I got a Fred Flintstone, this mofo, I will. So let's just get into it. And I'm just going to have to do a lot of cutting and editing on this video. It is what it is. Good thing that's what I went to school for. So I know what I'm doing. At least when it comes to that. The rest of it, I have no idea what I'm doing. So, hey, let's just go with what I've got closest to me. So I've just got piles all over the place between purchases I made at Gen Con and other stuff, getting stuff ready for Indie PopCon, which is next weekend, last weekend of August. Everything is kind of a hot mess right now. So, yeah. So let's start with everyone's favorite thing at Gen Con, which is dice. So I picked up these loose dice from Chessex, which I've never bought from them before, but if you've been to Gen Con, you know that they're kind of a big deal. They have multiple booths in the vendor floor, so you really can't say that you were on the vendor floor and did not see a place to buy dice from Chessex. If you did, I don't know what part of the vendor floor you're in that could be possible. Maybe in a back corner or something. I don't know. Anyway, I bought these loose dice from Chessex, mostly just because I thought they were fun. This is actually supposed to be for Axes and Allies because I also had the USA and Russia and like Japan. But as you know me, I love all things British. And when I saw the Union Jack there and the fact that it is the right colors, essentially, I was like, I need that because, you never know just when you need a Union Jack D6, which the Union Jack is the one on that one. And then this one is, the colors are, I think, just kind of cool. Other colors, I just kind of like this one, but it's got the silhouette there of John Cleese from Monty Python, and it says Ministry of Silly Walks, which that is actually the 6. So why they're not consistent, I don't know why. And then this one, I have no idea what you use this for. I just thought it was cool. I figure I can use it because I'm trying to teach myself French. And the numbers are always important to know. So I picked up this interesting shaped die that it has 10 sides, 10 slots, and it's all written in French. So 10, that's 10. 2, that's 2. 6, that's pretty obvious. 9, that's 9. 3, that's 3. 1, that's 1. So yeah, like I don't know what purpose this would serve. I don't know what kind of games you use this like style of die. I just thought it was cool to maybe help me with my French. So yeah, and I also bought a couple more from Chessex, but those are presents for people, so I'm not going to show them just in case they happen to watch this, because at least one of those people I know watches these videos. So you just have to wait. So let's talk sets. I did buy a couple of sets. This one is This is from Q Workshop. This is the box. And this is one of their themed sets. This one's themed after dogs. This is a poly set. So it's got a D4, D68, D10, D12, D20, and a D100. And it's got things like bones, sticks, balls, paw prints, and shoes, and also various dogs. So, and this is the color is con exclusive. So they had some other colors that weren't labeled as such, but I like the color on these anyway. So I figured, why the heck not? So I have them loose. I have my dice just sitting right here, ready to go whenever our DM is like, okay, we're gonna play. I could just be like, okay. So these are, whoops, as I lose my D20. So this is them. They're kind of this pinkish rose gold type. Here's the D20. So you've got a bone on there, and there's paw prints, a shoe. There's a little doggy face. Look at that, little tongue sticking out. There's the 5 is in a tennis ball. So yeah, here's your percentile. So like I said, that's the percentile. That's a larger, similar shape to my French die. Huh. So yeah. So those are really cute. Get your doggos. As I said in my GenCon recap on the podcast, if you have something dog related in your booth, odds are I was going to stop. If it involved corgis in some form or fashion, that made me very likely to not just stop, but peruse rather closely. And if I had had more money to spend, I probably would have spent some more money. But I was on a budget. So hopefully next year my budget will be a little bigger. Things are happening, hopefully. Anyway, next set. Thing open so I can get the card out of here. So these are the set is from Fan Roll, which they are the ones who had the official Gen Con dice for this year, along with several other official Gen Con dice related things. They had the official Gen Con 2023 dice, but then they also had the official Gen Con Pride dice merchandise, and that includes the Pride theme dice and the Pride theme dice trays, among other things. But this is their 16 millimeter framed void pattern. And I just thought these were really cool. So you can see the numbers are like old school, like arcade, like score fonts, very, early computer figuring out how to make computers do words and letters type font. But then they're black, but then they've also got multicolored glitter in there too. So, and this is also a polyhedral set. So we've got basic die that you might need for most RPGs. So, yeah. So I got those. So those are the 2 full sets. And like I said, I've just got all of my dice sitting here, all of my Gen Con dice that I've purchased over the years. Just kind of sitting over here waiting to be played with. Like I said, we're just waiting for our DM to be like, okay, we're gonna play. It is hard getting a bunch of nerds together at the same time to even play a couple hours of D&D. We're all adults and we all have lives, and stuff like people get sick, people go on vacation, right now we're in really crappy summertime going into fall severe storm season, so people like things like power will go out. So yeah, that is that for dives. Let's move on to other stuffs. My badge, my um, ribbons that I procured this year. So I always got to make sure I get my pronouns and an ally ribbon from the gamers, so that people know that I am safe to approach. It's a GenCon. This was just a random booth. I was selling a pirate themed game. I'm in Board Game Geek. And actually, I just found them on the ground. Still had the paper on the back, so look at that. There. Of course, the coupon book, which I didn't use. They just handed it to me. Okay, here we go. So I got stickers, really nice thick vinyl stickers that I'm sure I will find a good home for somewhere. And then this water bottle that says definitely not a potion. And then Ginny signed it. So these are both from Ginny D, who is a online creator, makes a lot of geeky stuff. She does cosplay, she does parodies, she does a lot of D&D stuff. So we've had her on the podcast. She's very super nice. So she was at Gen Con again this year. I had to stop by and see her and say hi, and then picked up these goodies from her. It says also, as I said on the podcast, my husband, God love him, I love him, obviously. But he is a cup and bottle thief. I will get water bottles and mugs for myself. Sometimes he's even gotten them for me, specifically for me, and I will use them on the reg. And then after a while, timing wise, things will just happen so that he finds himself without any of his desired drinking vessels clean. So then he reaches for mine. And that itself wouldn't be a bad thing if he only drank things like water or, lightly colored teas. Like I drink a lot of green tea or green tea based teas. But no, he is a raw fruit and veggie and black coffee drinker, both of which stain horribly. And coffee, after a while, not just leaves stains, but leaves an aftertaste. So eventually, I just don't want to use this anymore. So then I find myself without my usual arsenal of vessels, drinking vessels. So anytime I can pick up something that is very distinctly mine and hope that he won't touch it, is a win. So, and if anybody has any good suggestions on how to preserve Ginny's signature, like something besides like tape, which can get gross after a while. Obviously, this needs to be hand washed. It doesn't go in the dishwasher, but still, just with use and hand washing, I don't know if maybe like clear Mod Podge might work or something. So yeah, if anybody's got any good suggestions on what to cover Ginny's signature with there, so to help preserve the length of its existence, I would greatly appreciate it. It is getting dark, and not because it's getting late, not yet. It's just rain's rolling in again. So I got stuff that's gotten separated. Itself, that's present. Don't want to show that. Not the present. Don't want to show that. Can't show off the presents. What's for a surprise? Okay. Let's see here. This stuff's getting at random paper products. I don't think yeah, we're good. All right. So I picked up these books, which were there's a booth that was selling like all sorts of like our old RPG manuals and stuff. So there's old vintage stuff. But with our nonprofit Fangirls Give Back, one of the things we do is kind of community outreach and community education on female nerds, geeky creators. And one of those is a presentation / panel about early women sci-fi authors and how history is kind of forgotten them and their existence. So I saw these and I could have bought way more, but I need to be good again. So this one is a book by Margaret St. Clair, The Dancers of Noyo. So there's the description on the back. And then this one, Wraith of Time by Andre Norton, who obviously, people would be like, that's not a woman. No, Andre was her middle name. So she just went by her middle name. She was one of those that went by a masculine sounding name, but not all the women did that. A lot of them wrote under their actual names, hence Margaret St. Clair there. But yeah, they had several by Miss Norton. But again, try not to spend every dollar in the bank account. And then this one is actually a kind of a best of anthology type book, which has lots of different authors in there, as you can see, mostly men, but it's edited by Judith Merrill, who was a pretty well known in the science fiction community during her time. So she was kind of important. So women weren't just writing, but they were also doing things like editing and drawing cover art and things like that. So that was kind of cool. And this is a game I did purchase. The Good Omens. The ineffable game. So yes, Holly had told me when this was originally announced, she was the one that put me on the path for this. And there's actually supposed to be a version you could get at Barnes and Noble, which is a slightly different version. And then there's just another slightly different version I think you could buy online. And there's this version, all made by Renegade Games. But my local Barnes and Noble does not carry their version, but I was like, well, Renegade Games, they're a decent sized company. They'll be at GenCon. I'll see if they have it at GenCon. And they did. I zoomed in on that and picked it up and walked right over to the cashier. And I was like, smiling, I grinned from here to here, and the guy was like, "You ready to check out?" I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely." He's like, he had no idea how excited I was to pick this up, because I am Good Omens trash. So, and as you can see, it's still sealed in the box. So, if anyone wants me to do an unboxing and go through what all is in here, please leave a comment. I can do that. And then I picked up again. If you got corgis, odds are I'm probably gonna buy it. So this is just a little piece of art. The artist's name is Meredith Dillman. That's her website there on the back. But should corgi with the fairy writing on the back, which is the mythology of the corgi in Wales. That mythology says that they are essentially the equivalent for the cavalry for fairies in the forest of Wales. And the print came with a sticker of the fairy. She's very cute. And then a sticker version of the print and the fairy riding the corgi. Look at the little stumpers. Look at them fly. Whee! Hence, hello. Yeah. Something very cute and majestic about the corgi flying through the air with little stumpers. And then this is just a random pin that was given to me. I stopped by the Backer Kit table. I was talking to the gal there. She's like, hey, you can have one if you would. And I'm like, it's Clippy. So those of us of a certain age, we all remember Clippy. I've got locking pin backs that I put somewhere that I need to find them so that I can attach those to my vest. And then a guy at Exploding Kittens, which they did have not have much of a presence this year. I'm a little sad. But it is what it is. But the guy who was helping demo the new game from Exploding Kittens gave me this. This was a backer, Kickstarter backer gift for those that backed Throw a Burrito, which if you were at in conjunction, it was in conjunction. I gave away a copy of Throw Avocado. So, love our friends over Exploding Kittens. And then these I got from Solus Games when I went and talked to someone for the podcast, and they gave me a couple of these, which you can play just with this. That's kind of their thing, is that it's like, hey, it's a perfectly fun, easy card game, QR code, so you get the instructions and learn how to play, and you can play with just packet of cards that literally would fit in a pocket, well, back pocket if you're a woman, or if you wear women's pants, because they don't give us decent front pockets, but your back pocket that would fit. So smaller than a cell phone, most cell phones these days. So, but yeah, they gave me those, so kind of fun. So there's that. And then I've got the pin here, but I don't have the game. Hold on, let me go get my pile of games. Let me put some of this away. It's falling to the floor. Corgi down. Can't have that. And I'm gonna turn the light too while I'm up, because it's getting dark. This light is super powerful, but hey, it's better than nothing. So these, oh, yes, they are. So, growth burrito, Ginny D. Ginny. So, first up about this game, this is going to go in the nonprofit library, along with some of our other cool stuffs. We'll figure out some way to show this off. Probably in conjunction next year. Figure out somebody do this in like a panel or something. It's an informational slash fun gameplay type thing, but I saw this in the press room and I was like, that looks like right up our alley. So yeah, this is the back, and it's got 120 historic women. It was made by women, developed by women. The guy I was talking to at the booth said they had like over 100 different women working on various aspects of the game development. You know, everything from research to art to whatever. Everything that goes into making a board game. And a portion of the proceeds go to the Malala Fund, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, this is going to go in the Fangirls Give Back Resource Library. Oh, my arms are not as long as I thought they were. I've only had them for 40 years. And then this, I actually demoed this last year when it was still in like the testing phase. Like it wasn't even in production yet because they were still doing play testing. But I just thought it was so cool. And they were like, last year, it's like, yeah, we hope to have it, in production in the, in the near future. So when I saw it for sale this year, I was like, that's so cool. They've already got it and, finished and, actually available to purchase. So yeah, I'll show you the back. But this was just such a fun game because it's like a whodunit, like guessing game, but there's some like improv and role playing involved too. So you have some control over characteristics of your character. So yeah, I thought it was really cool. I tried it last year, so I was really excited to see it actually available. So I got that, and with my purchase, they gave me the matching pin. So that's cool. Which is not the case for all games, but Hicks had a matching pin. Okay, so the rest of the stuff I got to show you, I did not pay for. I do attend GenCon as a member of the press, which in itself is, an important thing to disclose because I am going to GenCon essentially for free, in return for covering said event on whatever platforms my outlet uses. In this case, did a recap episode of the podcast. I was tweeting and posting stuff on Instagram and TikTok and all that fun stuff. So obviously GenCon, not an inexpensive event to attend in general. So I greatly appreciate the opportunity just to be able to get in the door for no cost to me. And thankfully, since I work downtown, I can just park at my work and walk. So other than the time and physical exertion it takes me to get from work to the convention center, and the gas, obviously, to drive downtown, it's again, it doesn't really cost a whole lot. So Gen Con ends up being fairly inexpensive for me compared to other folks. I just got my hair cut recently, and well, it's a similar style to what I already had, but I lost a lot of bulk. So now my hair is like laying different because it's not as thick as it usually is. So even with the hat, it's like it's driving me a little nuts. Anyway, uh um so but that also means that I end up on the Gen Con essentially PR list. And they in return for getting the press badge, they also submit our information, email usually, and name to the various gaming companies, vendors that are coming to Gen Con, and we end up on those mailing lists. So get a lot of emails all year round from a lot of those companies. Not all of them, but a good number of them send out a newsletter of some sort on the regular. Um, and when Gen Con is approaching, a lot of times we'll get specific emails saying, hey, this is our booth number, these are the products that we're going to be showing off, these are our new games or whatever. If you want to stop and talk to us, click this link and make an appointment in some cases. Usually for the bigger companies. Smaller ones, usually they're just like, stop by, ask for this person. And that's cool. Get to talk to somebody, usually somebody that's sometimes involved actually in the creation of some of these games, which is always cool. Sometimes it's somebody that's like a co-founder of the company or a founder of a company, which that's really cool. That they come to these and talk to the people. They could easily just stay back at headquarters or whatever and hang out in their office and be like, I don't want to talk to people. So that's really cool. And this is not something to be expected. So this I never assume anything, because assumptions are bad to make an ass out of you and me. But I have been fortunate in the last few years when I have gone to and made an appointment to talk to some of these gaming companies and see, what's the 411 with what they're doing. Sometimes I do walk away with product. If you watch last year's video, Funko was very generous, which ended up being a blessing in disguise while I had to lug all of that stuff back to the car. That has come in very handy this year doing the giveaways, doing the raffle fundraiser for the nonprofit, and the one game show panel, having prizes for that. So that is obviously extremely generous on behalf of these companies. They don't need to do that. We don't ask them to do that. But if they offer, I'm not gonna lick a gift horse in the mouth. So in this case, it happened to be the OP games, which, if you've ever played any themed version of Monopoly ever, you have them to thank for that. They are the ones that manufacture and release those, along with a lot of other stuff. So they sent me home with this water bottle, again, very nice, metal, got their logo on there. You put a carabiner on there and hanging off of something. There's the cleaning instructions. Hand wash, don't microwave, don't use bleach, don't overfill, that sort of thing. But it's a good size water bottle. Make sure the hubby keeps his hands off. Thank you very much. Her. And so yeah, they gave me that, and then I walked away with a few games as well. So again, kind of waddling back to the car. But I got this one, a mish match, which is just a quick matching game. So they asked me, he's like, what do you want? I was like, well, I'm not going to keep these because I have enough as it is. So I was like, these are going to be stuff that's going to be giveaways, so these are going to into the prize pile. So if you're at Indie PopCon, as it's coming up, these will be spread out among the various the raffle bundle, and if you get to play Name That Geeky too. Just saying. I still haven't quite decided how things are get divvied up quite yet. So for now, but at the very least you can see what I now have in the prize vault. Let's call it that. But yeah, this is just a quick matching game where you can match your cards based on different aspects. So you can either do it based on mood, color, food, or the animal. So it's like, is there a penguin on the table and you also have a penguin? Great, match a penguin. Or is it a what is that, a gopher? I'm looking at the front. It's like, you got a gopher, but you don't have a gopher, but you have a pink flamingo. You could do that because it's also pink, like this pink gopher. Or is it in love? You got a creature in love, you also got a creature that's in love. That works too. So just one of those fun, fast, matchy type games. This is for ages 8 and up, 2 to 8 players. So I asked for stuff that was group/family friendly. So regardless of who may win something, they would, in theory, it would be appropriate. And then I got this one called Hughes and Chills. So this is again kind of a group game. So the whole point is you have this spread of lots and lots of. I used to work at a hardware store in the paint department, so I'm having flashbacks to the paint samples. So the whole point is to try to get people to guess which color on the board is the one that they need to single out of all of those. So again, for ages 8 and up, 3 to 10 players, 30 minutes to play. So that is very cool. It's very colorful. Again, I'm having flashbacks to my years at the hardware store. And then this last one from OP, Mountains Out of Molehills. So that is that game there. The back artwork on this is kind of funny. So this is has a 2-level game board. And you want to essentially be the best of making mountains out of molehills. So and this is for ages 9 and up, 2 to 4 players, 45 to 60 minutes playtime. So that is the last game that the OP was nice enough to donate to the prize vault. So that is very cool. I'm very grateful to them. They did not have to do that. But since they did, we're gonna obviously use it to our best advantage and pass along the good fortune to our fans and supporters and all that fun stuff. So there is that. And then last and certainly not least, if obviously if you went to GenCon, you probably know about the whole Lorcana thing, the Disney Lorcana game cluster F that was Lorcana. Um Thankfully, I was not involved in any of that. But again, being a member of the press, sometimes has unexpected surprises that come with it. And as I said on the podcast, I have no idea how I ended up on this list, because I know that the press list is a decent size. The amount of people that get press badges for Gen Con is pretty long. And while they send out, that contact info, email addresses to, the various gaming companies, the gaming companies can decide what they want to do with it. And in this case, I have no idea what the criteria was. I did not do anything or say anything special, but somehow I ended up on a very exclusive list because, as I said on the podcast, if you included all of us, the reps from Ravensburger, the reps from Disney, the people working the restaurant, including the waiters, the bartenders, all of that in this building, there were maybe 40 people total. So this was an exclusive event. So I have no idea how to ended up on this list. But I got the invite and I was like, sure, because by then I was familiar with the Lorcana like excitement and everything. And I was like, well, this will just help me get the 411 on what this game that's got everyone so excited about in theory less stressful situation. So yeah, so I got an invite to this private media event at a restaurant in Indianapolis. So this was the my credentials that I got when I got there. After that, I got checked in, I checked me off the list, which was really cool. So nice little souvenir to have. And again, yeah, never expect anything, but with these special events, swag, it's kind of a thing. With I was expecting maybe a little, some sort of swag, but I did not expect this kind of swag. So again, everything here provided by Disney / Ravensburger. I did not pay for this. I did not ask for it. They said, here you go. And I said, thank you. So this is and again, if anyone wants me to go through any of the Lorcana stuff in more detail, please let us know and I can do so in a separate video. So I'm just going to do a quick overview of what's all in here. They had us do an icebreaker so that we could like talk to our fellow attendees. So that meant actually opening up our stuff. So if anyone was like, oh, do you have anything unopened? No, sorry. We had to open up our stuff to be able to play the icebreaker. So everything in here other than the playmat has been unopened. So yeah, this was our little scavenger hunt we had to go to, is we had to get a set of 6 cards. This was the 6 that I needed to get, and then turn this in and got a prize. Thankfully, they also gave the cards back, so we weren't giving up the cards. And this was our prize, signed by the artist, but his art for Maleficent there with one of her minion burbs. So that was really, really cool. So Maleficent is kind of badass. So here is so the quick start guide. this is what comes in a lot of the packs. It's kind of your scoring sheet that you can use. Got some themed napkins. That was cool. They did feed us too, which was really awesome. It wasn't anything like amazing. It was just like little appetizers, finger foods, and then dessert. And then they had an open bar with specialty themed drinks, some non-alcoholic, some mocktails, and then some cocktails. So, but then, so that was cool too. So again, presumably these are part of the scoring system. I actually have not had a chance to sit down and actually read the rules. But I know enough about games. So I was like, hey, those kind of look like some sort of scoring something or other. This was one of my decks, starter decks that I got. Like mine was Ruby and Emerald. So this came with a starter deck of 60 cards, including 2 foil cards, 11 damage counters, 1 paper play mat, 1 paper tracker token, and the game rules. Plus, this came with a booster pack of 12 randomized cards. So it tells you the deck list, what's in there. So it's not necessarily a surprise of what cards you get, other than it does not indicate which ones are going to be the foils, and the foil ones, I guess, are the ones that are like driving everybody nutso and are ending up on like eBay for crap ton of money. Because this is a collectible trading card game, so the whole point is to build up a deck by potentially doing trades. So that is that's a TLDR of that, at least from what I understand. So it's been a while since I played anything like this. Like I never played the Pokemon game, and it's been ages since I played Magic the Gathering. So you know, I'm a little rusty. So, but yeah, here's the packets that came in the box. So there's your game cards. So some even more game cards. Got Elsa on there. Obviously got Maleficent on there. I got this cool pin, the logo on there, Disney Lorcana, and then another cool pin. So it's got the brave little tailor Mickey Mouse on there. Looks like one of the cards that you can play with. There's a set of card sleeves to protect your cards. And these have classic Mickey on them. So, and then they're kind of kind of a little frosted there, but not too terrible. Once you put the card in there, you should still be able to see it. So that's cool. I'm glad it's this style Mickey and not the new style that's in the Mickey cartoons. I mean, no, it's people seem to love them. I don't like the animation style. I prefer this. This is Mickey to me. So and then this is my deck in this box, which also came in the thing. So it's a nice, hard plastic box. I think there were different designs. I just ended up with badass Elsa there, which I'm fine with. I do like, not a huge fan of just the Disney princesses, but I do like Frozen. So yeah, there's my cards. So I put them in, I grouped them by color. But as obviously I got red and green, so that's what a majority of mine are. But through the trading process and also that one booster pack, I do have some other colors along with the red and green. I do have some blue and some gray and a few yellow. And my foils, I guess I could show. I'm not gonna show you every single card, but I can show you the two foils that came in mine, or that I ended up with. I don't remember if these actually came or if I ended up with this one as a trade. I doubt I traded a foil or somebody traded a foil, but here's a foil, like Three Musketeer Mickey Mouse. And then oh, here's another. This is a foil that definitely came in the starter. So foil Aladdin. As you can see, his sword there is extra shiny. Do I have a foil green? Did I end up? Oh yes. This is the art on this is really cool. The Cruella de Vil, foil Cruella de Vil. And then I have one more foil, I believe. Yep. This is Mufasa telling Simba that you have forgotten me. So that's cool. So yeah, we've got some Mickey friends, 101 Dalmatians, some Frozen, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin. So they're pulling from all sorts of Disney properties. And then whoops, I almost whacked myself in the face. The playmats, which this one is Steamboat Willie. So, which I've not actually opened this, but I mean, if you ever played like Magic the Gathering with a playmat, you should probably know what this sort of thing is. So, a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. Well, a lot wider than I thought it was going to be. So yeah, Steamboat Willie. Oh yeah, it's really nice, actually. So really, and then another souvenir that I got to walk away with outside the bag with all the stuff came in. Very cool is they took our picture and turned us into our own custom Lorcana card. So yeah, I have no idea if I could actually play with this, or not. Probably won't. But yeah, but it's nice, a hard acrylic little stand there, so I can put it on display somewhere. I'll put it up here with my Funkos maybe. So there's that, and just random. These are from the packets that have a QR code on them so that you can download the app, because there's an app that goes with it. So yeah, the Disney Lorcana now is I'm making this now available at your friendly local gaming store. So if you have a gaming / comic book shop, because a lot of shops these days, they do both. At least the ones around me do. Some of them around me. You can go and get Lorcana from your friendly local game shop. I believe, other than, I think there was one card that has a GenCon exclusive stamp on it. Honestly, pretty much everything that they were selling at GenCon that people were losing their mind over is now available to purchase by the entire public. You just need to go to the shop and buy it. So in my case, I got it for free. I mean, there's enough there for me to play. From what I understand, if I wanted to play someone else, they would need the need their own set. So that is enough there to get one person started. So like I couldn't play Chauncey right now with what I've got. He would need to go get his own, or someone else. Yeah. So that is kind of a caveat there. But at the same time, I really, really appreciate Disney / Ravensburger for the invite. Like I said, I have no idea how I ended up on that list. But it was nice to be able to go and talk to some folks and sit down and look at the game and some of the pieces parts in a less crazy setting than the GenCon vendor hall, and talk to some of the creators and the like. So that was really cool. And then the game should be available at all the big box stores beginning of September. So if you don't necessarily have a local gaming shop near you, or they can't get their hands on it for some reason, you should be able to start going to places like Target and stuff and buy it there next month, and online, probably, I believe, through the Ravensburger website, and I think Shop Disney as well. So yeah, I really, really appreciate all of that. It's very cool, the opportunities that come with going to Gen Con as press. It is a little stressful because you kind of can't just go and just be kind of a nosy, just go to check out stuff. I mean, you can. I mean, I'm sure if we were more gaming focused, and I could do that. I could just kind of stop by wherever and demo whatever, and it'd be like no big deal. I don't know. It's I'm sure it's different for everybody. I know friends that also podcasts and stuff that have slightly different focus than we do, so they approach Gen Con differently. So scheduling, because I want to do stuff for myself too. But at the same time, I also want to excuse me, get some of those interview opportunities, especially with the companies that are doing interesting things or have cool things that maybe our listeners don't know about. So I have all of that interview audio that I need to finish editing and get out for folks to listen to. Those will probably go up on our website, our YouTube channel, so you can listen to them there if you wish. And obviously all the photos are already on our Facebook page, all the video. I need to edit that and put the video up again on our YouTube channel. I will try to get that up hopefully before PopCon. But I also have a lot of stuff I need to do before PopCon, and some of it is due. It has a deadline so that it can be submitted before PopCon starts. So I got a lot on my plate at the moment, but I wanted to make sure to take time to, as I said, I did the recap on the podcast, which you can go and listen to that if you so wish. But because it's just audio, I was just describing this stuff that I picked up, so I wanted to make sure you could actually see it and not just in photo form. So that's why I did this. So like I said, if you want to see any of the games that I purchased that will actually be staying here, like Dubious or the Good Omens game, or if you want to see more of Lorcana, I'm more than happy to do videos on those. The OP games, I'm not going to open those. I want to keep those sealed. Just like all of the other stuff that's in the prize vault, those other games, I want to keep in the plastic so that whoever walks away with those knows that they've are factory sealed, just for their peace of mind and our peace of mind. So, but yeah, you can always go to some place like Board Game Geek and read up on those games, though, if you want to know more about them. So yeah, go to our website, the5ishfangirls.com, for links to everything ever in the existence of humanity. Oh wait, that's Google. Go to the5ishfangirls.com for podcast episodes and links to things like our YouTube and our social media channels, and also information about the nonprofit Fangirls Give Back. And like I said, thank you to GenCon, their PR person that decides who gets a press badge every year for saying yes when I apply every year. My feet hate you, but the rest of me really appreciates it. And also to Disney/Ravensburger for the invite to that Lorcana event. I greatly appreciate it. And of course, any further reviews done on Lorcana are going to be solely my opinion. Just the fact that I received that stuff for free is I never let that color my opinion of things. Same with well, I won't be giving my opinion, but also thank you to the OP for the games, the donation of the games to our prize vault. So any opportunity that we get to share our love of games with our friends, the fam, the Five-ish fam, and also support our nonprofit endeavors, because it's called a nonprofit for a reason. Our budget is this big, which is why we do things like the raffle. So at least this year, we'll have to look at the end of the year and see if that's something I'm going to continue in the future. Definitely try to keep Name That Geeky Tune going, though, because that's a lot of fun. So yeah, I had a lot of fun at Gen Con. I think I've mostly recovered, which is good, because again, PopCon Indie is in less than a week as I'm filming this. So thankfully Labor Day weekend is the weekend after that. So I just need to survive any PopCon and then a work week, and then I get a nice 3-day weekend, which I will probably spend asleep. Maybe not. Depends on the weather. So if anyone's got any questions or wants to see something again or see more of, again, please comment on this, or send us an email or comment on any of our social media accounts, send us a DM, whatever. Send a pigeon, a carrier pigeon. Just don't do smoke signals, because I'm not up on my smoke signals. I'm still working on French, one language at a time. So thank you, everyone, for watching, and we will catch you in the feeds. Bye.